Sophocles' Antigone is a Greek tragedy that follows the conflict between personal duty and state law. After a civil war leaves her two brothers dead, Antigone defies King Creon's order by burying her brother Polynices, who is labelled a traitor. Creon, valuing law above all else, punishes Antigone by sentencing her to death. Despite warnings from his son Haman, who loves Antigone, and the blind prophet Tiresias, Creon refuses to change his decision. Too late, he realizes his mistake. Antigone has taken her own life, leading Haman and Creon's wife Eurydice to do the same. In the end, Creon is left alone, his stubbornness having destroyed his family. Antigone is a powerful exploration of the conflict between moral duty and political authority. Sophocles examines how pride and absolute power lead to destruction, showing the dangers of leaders who refuse to listen to reason. The play also raises questions about justice, whether laws should be followed if they go against moral beliefs. Antigone's defiance represents the strength of personal conviction, while Creon's downfall highlights the consequences of unchecked authority. Through dramatic irony and tragic consequences, Sophocles emphasizes that wisdom often comes too late, making Antigone a timeless story about the cost of pride and rigid thinking. One of the main themes in Antigone is the struggle between human law and higher moral principles. Creon believes that loyalty to the state must come before personal feelings, enforcing a strict law that denies Polynices a burial. Antigone, however, believes that honouring her brother is a sacred duty, even if it means breaking the law. The play questions whether laws created by humans should always be followed, or if moral justice should come first. Sophocles suggests that rigidly enforcing laws without considering ethics leads to disaster. Pride plays a key role in the downfall of both Antigone and Creon. Antigone refuses to compromise, standing firm in her beliefs even when it costs her life. Creon, on the other hand, lets his pride and authority control his decisions, ignoring advice from Haman and Tiresias. By the time he realizes his mistake, it is too late to undo the damage. The play warns against excessive pride, showing that true wisdom comes from recognizing one's faults and being open to change. The theme of fate versus free will is common in Greek tragedies, and Antigone is no exception. Antigone seems destined for tragedy because of her family's cursed past, yet her choices also contribute to her downfall. Creon, too, believes he is in control, but his actions lead to an outcome he cannot escape. Tiresias warns that Creon's fate is sealed unless he changes course, but Creon refuses to listen until it is too late. Sophocles suggests that while fate plays a role, human decisions ultimately shape one's destiny. Antigone is strong-willed, courageous, and determined to honour her brother, even at the cost of her own life. She represents moral conviction and individual resistance against unjust laws. Creon, in contrast, is a ruler who values order above all else, but his stubbornness and pride lead to his downfall. Haman, Creon's son, is torn between loyalty to his father and his love for Antigone, ultimately choosing to die rather than live without her. Tiresias, the blind prophet, serves as a voice of wisdom, warning Creon of the consequences of his actions. Eurydice, Creon's wife, represents the final tragedy of the play, as her death marks the complete destruction of Creon's family. Through these characters, Antigone explores themes of power, resistance, and the tragic cost of human flaws.